what is growth hacking? The term growth hacking was coined in 2010 by Sean Ellis, and Sean played a key role in the startup growth at Dropbox and Eventbrite and Uproar. And if you know the story of Dropbox's growth, then you know that this stuff works. In its simplest form, growth hacking is finding the most cost-effective digital marketing strategies when you are limited on resources and funds, like, pretty much every startup out there. So if you want to grow your business quickly and capital efficiently and retain customers for the long term, then growth hacking is probably going to work for you. So,
growth hacking is an umbrella term for strategies focused solely on growth. It is usually used in relation to early stage startups who need massive growth in a short time, and also usually on small budgets. The whole goal of growth hacking strategies in general is to acquire as many users or customers as possible while spending as little money as possible. Many startups use Dave McClure's pirate funnel as a recipe for growth. So this recipe is acquisition, activation, retention, referral, and revenue. And the acronym is R. Others include awareness as a key part of growth hacking. Either way, the point is to get traffic and visitors, turn visitors into users, and retain those users as happy customers. The most important part of growth hacking is innovation, okay? You have to be creative. You can't just use the same old tricks. You have to put your own spin on things. The next most important component of growth hacking is automation. You gotta automate like nobody's business. Automation and repetition are key to growth hacking success. So you need to utilize software and tools to help you do your job faster. You see what works and then you streamline it. That's what it's all about. So let's get more into specifics when it comes to growth hacking strategies. We have double-sided referrals. I'm a big fan of this one. So you provide referrals that benefit both parties, because usually referrals just benefit one party. So you want to benefit the individual who is doing the referring and the individual being referred. Next, you want to test everything. Testing is the best way to carve away at your site, your product, until it's a sleek, efficient, high-performing piece of perfection. Test anything and everything. Split testing is especially powerful when it comes to growth hacking. Another favorite technique of mine is user-generated content contests. So you can do this by hosting a photography or a video contest, and you ask customers to show why they love your product or service. There is a lot of amazingly creative people out there who are using your product or your service. So not only do contests get a lot of attention and traction, but that valuable user-generated content can be utilized elsewhere in the form of testimonials or for resharing across all your social media platforms. So it's super powerful in a lot of ways. Something else you want to do is work backwards. So this is more of a mindset. Where do you want your product to end up? If you want to get your product out there, your app, your service, your message, whatever it may be, you need to work backwards. For this, use the 3 Fs: fun, follow, frequent. So what are your target users or customers currently paying for? What services, what apps, what are they currently using? And for follow, what companies, influencers, accounts, celebrities are they following? And finally, where do they frequent? What sites, what social media platforms do they use daily? If they use Pinterest, that's very different from using Reddit. So you gotta focus on understanding the landscape of your target audience. Another super powerful growth hacking technique is network invitations. LinkedIn are like the growth hacker OGs. They were doing this back in the day. Incentives. You want to give incentives when you're doing this. Like with Dropbox, they were offering 5 gigs free if you invited people. So that meant a lot of people were inviting as many people as they could because they wanted those 5 free gigs. So there are some differences between marketing versus growth hacking. A growth hacker focuses on next growth opportunities, whereas marketers are often already too busy with current day-to-day marketing and branding. But growth hackers are always focusing on the next opportunity to grow. A growth hacker uses the entire funnel, including retention and referring, whereas most marketers look at awareness and acquisition. A growth hacker runs small experiments. They test which directions work best, which show the most potential, whereas a marketer, they often work on bigger long-term projects. A growth hacker is very data-driven, and they also have more technical skills such as programming, tooling, automation, dealing with APIs. A growth hacker is involved in the product because, among other things, he has to pay attention to the retention of active customers. So